Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, we typically do is go over crypto news or news in general in the space, update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. First things first, I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize if I sound a little stuffy. That's because I am. All right, let's see who's in the chat, and then we'll go from there. Dumpster Fire, good to see you, man. We have Andrew Masad, my man, Backwards Miner, Steven Mint, Nick K, Black Hat Team. What's up, man? Good to see you. We got Dan R in the house, trolling me as always. Dave Jack, what's up, man? Crypto Mikkel, Nerd B, Sustainable Crypto, Michael Stewart, what's up, man? Satoshi, oh, sorry. Sat Yoshi, that's how you say that. Good to see you. Anybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Ogre, good to see you, buddy. All right, let's see. Up the sound volume. I am all the way up, sir. I am all the way up. It's as loud as I can talk. I apologize. All right, let's get into this. Bitcoin looks like it's going through a pump since Trump's attempted assassination. Crazy. Everything's going through a pump, actually. It's all green. 62,658. Look at that. Ethereum at 33.46. Even Solana, look at this, 151 bucks, looking sick. We have Caspa almost 18 cents again. Man, things are looking awesome. ADA 43 cents. Guys, did you guys grab any ADA at 30 cents? Did anybody grab that at 30 cents? Please let me know in the chat. I got a little bit, not much. I should have got more, but I did get LTC at 60 bucks. Oh yeah, $70. Hell yeah, that's sick. Perfect. Put 800 bucks into LTC at 60 bucks, so that was pretty decent buy last week. We have Dogecoin at 11 cents. That's kind of an oof. Dogecoin I feel like should be doing better, but I guess money's flowing into everything else, so it's okay. XRP 53 cents. Let's see, anything else popping out at us? BNB's at $562. Render, oh, didn't mean to click on it, but I guess we're going into it. $6.50. That's still kind of down a bit, actually, but nonetheless, I think Render's going to do pretty good. ETC, where are we looking at there? 22 bucks, 22.92. Not too bad, almost 23 bucks. Could be worse. Let's see, I got a little over 2,500 ADA. Hell yeah, dude, that's sick, Dave Jack. Good stuff, man. Perfect. Let's see. Much Train, what's up, buddy? When's the match win, dude? Oxygiant, there's no competition. There's no competition there. All right, let's get into crypto bubble, see what the biggest earner on the day is. Damn, what the hell's Mog Popcat 27.4%, ranked 97th. Interesting. 74 cents. Anybody into that? Meme coin, man, memes are still popping off. It's driving me crazy. I don't know why. These coins, so these just shit coins keep just exploding. Mog coin, I've never heard of this, but it's ranked 95th at a $736 million market cap. And yeah, it's way before a penny. I don't even know, what is that, thousandths of a penny or something? Is that how you say that? We got Caspa at 6.7% up on the day. Pepe's up 8.6. We got Stacks over here up 12.5%, $1.88. Nice, not too bad. I think that's really, I mean, everything else is kind of just between 5 and 10, right? Beam's up 8.2%. Floki's at 11.1. Jasmine's doing pretty good, actually, 11.4%. A Duke in there. Oh yeah, nice. I actually sold my Jasmine at 4 cents, so I'm happy I did that. But yeah, I mean, you guys could have made some money if you sold anything actually last month. We got Fetch AI over here, 11.3% to $1.32. Anybody into this? Actually, this is Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance. What is this? Why does it say that? I thought it was just Fetch AI. What the hell's going on there? Such a long name. Weird. Anyways, all right, Crypto Fear and Greed Index flashbang. Here we go. Look at this, man. Last week we were in fear at 28. Yesterday 33 in fear. Now we're neutral at 52. This is perfect. This is what we needed. We needed a reset, to be honest, but damn, I didn't think we were going to get an attempted assassination to get us back to where we needed to be. It's just insane. Anyways, all right, we're gonna move on to CoinGecko. Let's see, trending coins. Hoppy, what the hell is Hoppy? This is another shit coin, up 3.3%. We have Toncoin up 1.7 and ZK Sync up 7.4% on the day. Not too bad. All right, let's go through top 10 coins by coin market cap over here on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, USDC, Lido Staked, Ether, XRP, Toncoin, and Dogecoin in 10th place. Following 10th is Cardano at a $15.6 billion market cap. Cardano's actually been climbing up pretty steadily. I mean, everything has really, but it's just a nice upwards momentum for Cardano. I think Cardano's going to do well, to be honest. Easy 6x in my opinion, but You guys are all grown adults. Don't take financial advice from people on YouTube. Just saying. Probably not the smartest thing in the world. All right, Litecoin again, $70 as of right now. I bought some the other day at 60 bucks. Total steal. I think this is going to do very well as well. Probably 3x easily. I don't know if it'll get back to all-time high, but I mean, I'm assuming it will. But easy 3x, at least in my opinion. We're down 82.9% still. Even at $70, it's still a good buy, to be honest, is my opinion. Let's see, ETC is in 29th place. Wow, $23. Dude, Caspa's in 26th. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that. 26th place. Look at that, $4.3 billion market cap. That's crazy. And this coin has never even seen a bull run. That's nuts. What do you guys think? You guys still stacking Caspa? I am, to be honest. I've been actually, you know what, I stopped DCAing into it. I was going to buy Caspa instead of Litecoin, but I figured Litecoin was going to be a more of an immediate gain, right? Which I was correct, which is nice. Because Caspa was up when I actually invested into Litecoin the other day. But nonetheless, I think Caspa is definitely a decent buy. We just keep creating these, like every 3 months we have a nice pump, and now I guess we're gonna float sideways or whatever for a little bit, and then hopefully we have another pump. That would be excellent, but I guess we'll have to see. Keen Bean, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I can't believe how long it took me to get you to buy GSV at Dave Jack. It did take a while. It did take a while, just because I never looked into it. I just never had time. Let's see. Monero XMR over here, 34th. If my kid comes bombing down, I apologize. She was literally sleeping right up above me, so she might come looking for me in a minute if she wakes up. We got Render in 40th place over here, $6.39. All right, enough of that. Let's get on to the mining segment of things and see what we're looking like over here on Mine the ASIC. We have, you guys know, I like to timestamp this stuff, see where we were. We can always come back and check the prices of these units. We have the KS5 Pro 21 terahash unit making $68.71 a day after 10 cents per kilowatt hour. We get the KS5 20 terahash unit making $65.44. Not too bad. We got the Antminer DR7 127 terahashes mining Sia coin. If anybody's, is anybody into Sia coin? $54.56. I mean, I guess, hey, listen, if you can make some money on it, why not? But I don't, how much is that thing? Does anybody know? How much is this unit? It doesn't even give me a projected here, so I can't even guess. But I've never looked into purchasing one, so I'm assuming it's just outrageous. The KS5M 15 terahash unit making $46.32. The KS5L 12 terahash unit making $35.42. We have the IB Link BM KS Max 11 terahash unit, as well as the Dragon Ball Miner KS6 11 terahash unit making $29.98. To be honest, these are all oofs because they're all way lower than they were last week, right? But again, emissions every day, you get less and less Caspa, and I mean, the price of Caspa is actually up, so it's kind of crazy how much we're really not making on these units now. It's insane. Like this used to be over $100 a day easily. Insane. All right, we got the Windminer K9 10.3 terahash unit making $29.49. Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making $21.38. The Antminer L9, this thing 16 gigahashes over here making $18.85 a day. I want to see when this thing comes out. I want to see how much this thing actually yields for Dogecoin. And actually, I guess you know we'll look at that in a second, I guess. But we could just do the math on it. Actually, no. How do you even do that? I know it's like 85% of the unit is actually in Dogecoin, or the payment, right, is actually in Dogecoin. I think it's the same. I would assume it's the same as the L7. But how would you do that for miningpoolstats.stream? Like, could you separate that somehow? Do I just take 85% of the 16 gigahashes? Like, how would you do that? Let me know in the chat if there's a way to like calculate how much you'd actually get of each coin. YouTube notifications do suck. I 10x my Caspa hash, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's a Sat Yoshi. Yeah, that name is so hard to say, actually. Daddy Chill, what's up, man? Good morning. All right, the KS5M, sorry, KS3M, that's what I meant to say. $13.63. Oh my god, bruh, that's terrible. The KS3M is only making $13.63. Jesus, that's terrible. The AL box over here, Gold Shell AL box, 360 gigahashes, making $14.22 a day. Damn, how's lithium doing? I haven't looked at lithium in a while. God, I've been so disconnected the last like week and a half. It's crazy. Oh my god.
Bruh.
$1.17. Damn. Lithium's taking a beating, man. I wonder how this project's gonna hold up. It's just crazy. It's crazy how bad it's been just beaten down. And you know what? Yeah, I might have some information that there might be a new miner coming out real soon, way sooner than you guys think. And I can't say anything yet, but god damn, it's gonna completely kill this project. That is not good. That is not good. Anyways, all right, let's move on. The Antminer L7, you guys know I got this thing down at Terra Hosting. Shout out to them if you guys are interested in ASIC hosting. Check out the link in the description. The 9050, I'm making $7.40 a day after paying 10 cents kilowatt hour. I think I actually pay a little bit less, so I might get more than this. I think it's like 9.5 cents, or actually it could even be 8.5. I have no idea. I forget what they actually charge now. I just pay the bill. Doesn't matter. But I'm getting around $7 to $8 a day on my L7, which is crazy for a 3-year-old plus unit. It's still killing it every day. I really don't want to look at my S19K Pro though. That is probably doing real shitty. We get the Ice River KS2 2 terahash unit making $4.38 a day. The Ice River KS1, they don't even make these anymore, making $2.19 a day. That's the 1 terahash unit. Let's see, where is the KS0 Ultra 400 gigahashes? I got this thing running on solar out in the trailer as of now. I got to swap it over to the new setup at some point as soon as I wire it up, but it's making $1.21 a day at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. You guys know I pay like 30 cents, but it's free for me right now, which is nice. Better than minus 1327. Yes, exactly, Michael. Exactly, 100%. The Ice River Caspa KS0 Pro over here, 200 gigahashes. You guys know I got 9 of these actually in the trailer, making 49 cents a day, so I'm making a little bit more than that. But again, it's on solar, so it can only run so much during the day until I get my new battery bank hooked up. The Gold Shell Mini Doge. Now, I just got my hands on one of these. They actually just sent me one from Gold Shell. Shout out to them. I need to do a review on it. I swear I thought it said the thing was like 500 watts. I thought it said that. I could totally be wrong though. Could just be 500 mega hashes, and this is the wattage. Why does it say what is happening? Is this merge mining? Is this merge mine? LTC and Doge? I thought you just got Doge on these machines. Am I drawing a blank? What is happening right now? The original mini Doge, we only mined Doge, did we not? Oh, it was, you know what? I lied. It was very little Litecoin. Wow, that was so long ago though. That was so long ago. It is LTC and Doge. Damn. Wow. All right. Brain fart. Sorry. Anyways, 22 cents a day. I'm gonna be real. They want too much for this thing. It's like, oh, this is it. This is the one I got. I lied. This is the one I got. The plus. I didn't see it right here. The plus. That's the one I was thinking of. 500 watts. $759 for 16 cents a day. Why is it so much less? Damn. Because the wattage is so much higher. That's crazy. You're only making 16 cents a day. That's a 10 cents kilowatt hour. They need to lower this unit. This price is way too high. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, I got to do a review on that. The PSU on this thing actually is integrated in the machine now, which is kind of cool. To be honest, it is kind of cool, but it's heavy as shit. I was wondering why it was so heavy. I picked up the box and I'm like, is there a PSU inside this thing? And they said it was integrated. So I was like, oh, all right. I still have to do the unboxing. I haven't opened it yet, but we'll have to see. All right, S19. Let's see. Where is my K Pro? Down here. Down here. 120 terahash units. Making nothing. I'm losing 31 cents a day. Bruh. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible, but that's mining BCH too. Let's see, how much worse is Bitcoin? Oh god, it's like 20 cents less. It's like 22 cents less. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'd be losing like literally $50 a day easily if I was, yeah, I am mining Bitcoin, so I'm losing $50 a day easily. That's crazy. All right, moving on to GPUs. Let's see what we got for coins over here. I haven't GPU mined in a while. Actually, all my GPUs are off, to be honest. But they are hosted down at Terra Hosting. I just haven't had a chance to mess around with them. I actually might be going out there again, maybe at the end of the month, so we'll see. We have over here RTX 4090 Graham. It seems to be the most profitable in Nexa. Nice. Got Ironfish and Husat as well. Zealous over here on the 170HX. I was mining Zealous and just converting it into actually I was swapping it on Trade Ogre for Litecoin. and sending it to my wallet and just holding the Litecoin. But yeah, it's really not that profitable, to be honest. 4080 super gram, iron fishing gram seems to be the consensus across the board for a lot of these. Bitcoin gold seems like it's on there. The 7900 XT and a few of the other cards. Iron fishing gram, Conflux, and Pyron. How's Pyron doing, actually? I haven't looked at Pyron in a while. EYI, right? Let's see. Oh, that penny, a little, almost 2 pennies. In between a penny and a half and 2. It's 1.7. Not too bad. Could be worse, I guess. I mean, it has taken a steep decline since everybody just, honestly, I think Unmineable killed this one. I feel like I'm safe to say Unmineable killed this one. As soon as Pyron Hash came on Unmineable, it was everybody's mining Pyron Hash to get something else, and that's pretty much the consensus there. Zealous on most of the other cards. Conflux, Pyron, Firo on some of them. 90 HX. Anybody mining Firo? Firo's kind of like a blah. They don't care about GPU miners, so F that project. Nexa, Xano on the 3090 Ti. Nexa, is anybody holding Nexa still? How's Nexa doing? I was waiting. What the hell's going on? I thought there was supposed to be like some sort of ASIC for Nexa. And those talks of that a long time ago. 5/10 of a penny. No, sorry. How do you say that? That's 5 zeros past the penny. Am I wrong? Is that how they say that? It's like 10 thousandths or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's really low right now. Doesn't seem like it's too exciting. Xano's killing it. Neoxa, dude, how's Neoxa doing, actually? Is Neoxa on here? No, Neoxa's not on here. Let's just see, though. Actually, I haven't looked at Neoxa in a while. Oh, put the whole thing down. There we go. That would have been awful. I just X'd it all out. All right, Neoxa. Guys, I'm still sick. I apologize. Cloudy over here. All right, here we go. 1/10 of a penny. Neoxa, damn.
Bruh.
What in the hell? I still never made my master node. My shit's still in inodes. I just never taken it out. I just haven't cared to be honest. But it was 4/10 of a penny when I collected it all, so I'm glad I lost money there. That's great. I mean, it's still collecting it now, and I could actually, you know what? Now's the time to swap into it if you believe in Neoxa. Let's see the max chart. See, it had a huge run up, and it's been gaining since, but now it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of flatlining right now. It's making me a bit nervous. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Anyways, all right, moving on. Mining pool stats.stream. Let's see if we got any new coins over here. Bitcoin gold. Why is that on the new coin list? Equihash 144,5. They changed the algorithm or something? What happened there? And what's going on with this? Keymaker, Minotaur X, Curve Hash, and Ghost Rider. What in the hell? They got 3 different algos, and then Bitcoin Silver. Interesting. Shot to 56. Is that a new one? Bitcoin Silver? Yeah, that must be new. Bitcoin Gold, though, that's not new. What's going on with that? Now is a good time to solo on Neoxa. Oh, the difficulty? Yeah, it's probably stupid low. Yeah, nobody really cares about Neoxa, to be honest, as of right now. But I mean, dude, listen, it's a cool concept. I like the fact that they integrated, I guess, getting, you know, crypto payments with playing video games. It's kind of neat, but they changed like their whole dynamic. Like they were going to go towards gamers, and now they're going more towards miners, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a gray area. It's a little weird. Anyways, upcoming events, 94 days. We have the Fearite FEC is going through a halving, or a block reward reduction, which is a halving, 100 to 50 in 94 days. Bitcoin Diamond going in through a halving as well, 62.5 to 31.25, 97 days. I don't know if anybody cares about any of this other stuff, but Varus going through it in 172 days, 6 to 3. So there's that. All right. Oh, look at this. Zealous went through a hard fork, actually. Oh yeah, I knew about this, actually. I just haven't been live in a while. So 8 days ago, this went through a new algorithm hard fork, I guess. Zealous Hash V2. So there's that. And then Haven went through a Haven Prometheus version 4.0.0 hard fork 7 days ago. Anyways, all right, let's move on to the news. I want to see what they got to say over here. A bunch of Trump stuff coming out this morning. Obviously, that's pretty much going to be the highlight of today's video. Not really so much market stuff, but let's see. Obviously, you guys know attempted assassination on Trump, which was pretty effed up, to be honest. Let's see what they got to say over here on CNBC television. Let's do it.
The weekend, foreign leaders responding to the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Joining us right now is Kurt Volker, former U.S. ambassador to NATO and currently distinguished fellow for the Center for European Policy Analysis. I'll just ask it to you straight. What do you think the rest of the world thinks of us now?
First off, a lot of concern if we see that kind of political violence in the U.S. Against a candidate from the right. They're going through their own domestic politics this year in many places. We just had elections in the UK and France. They're going to be worried about political violence there as well. Secondly, I think that they are probably now even more convinced that President Trump is going to be reelected, so they're going to be making plans for what his presidency would look like. We just had a number of NATO leaders here in Washington last week, 32 different country members of NATO, and they already were coming away with a perception that Biden administration is looking weak and Trump is looking like he's going to come in. They're now going to be cementing those views going forward.
You know, the thing that I think we're all trying to figure out, and Roger Altman alluded to this when we had him on the program earlier, is how much instability we should take away from this and what you think it represents in the larger context in our country. We were making the comment that the markets this morning actually are up, I think in large part because there's now an expectation that former President Trump will become the president and perhaps maybe some of his policies, whether around taxes or regulations or other things, will be beneficial to the market. But do you see something larger happening here?
Well, actually, I don't think instability really characterizes what we're seeing here. We saw that the shooter failed. The Secret Service responded quickly after their initial failure of letting him get there. He's going forward with the Republican National Convention this evening. The president spoke from the Oval Office, calling for calm. President Trump is going to be speaking as well. So
you hear him say that after their initial failure of letting him get there.
this is actually a lot of show of the strength of American institutions despite this incident.
So the other component part of this is, I think the world is now, I imagine, based just on the polls, believing that former President Trump becomes the president. How do you see that playing out when it comes to some of these international and geopolitical major issues which we're confronting right now?
Well, I think in some areas, and take dealing with Russia, I think that there's been a perception that Putin has been taking advantage of a sense of weakness and drift in the West. That may change. China, I think, is going to be looking at a very strong position from the United States, maybe even acting preemptively in the next few months before the election to see if they can get away with anything. I think President Trump has made clear that he believes the U.S. is not always treated fairly in the world and would look to tariffs as a way to try to level the playing field. Well, adding tariffs like that in a global economy, that can have ripple effects and unintended consequences. So I think people will be preparing for that as well.
Crazy. All these clips are actually from this morning as well, and I just grabbed a new one that I'm going to throw up in a minute. Let's hear what they got to say again over here on CNBC television.
Former President Trump has arrived in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention just a day after he was targeted in an attempted assassination. Joining us for more on this right now is Steph Kite, political reporter at Axios. And Steph, we were just talking with Dave McCormick about the questions around the inadequacy of the protection provided by the Secret Service here. There are questions that are being raised in Washington right now, and you've been tracking that down. What's the latest?
Well, we have already heard from several congressional committee chairs who plan to investigate how this happened, asking questions of the Department of Homeland Security, of Secret Service, of the FBI, trying to figure out whether there were decisions made that led to this horrible instance. And we know that there are at least 3 House committee chairs that are looking into this in their own separate ways. The House Intelligence Committee, the House Homeland Security Committee, as well as the House Oversight Committee. And we also, on the Senate side as well, we know that the Democrat-led Senate Homeland Security Committee is also beginning to look into this. We know that these chairs, leaders of these committees, have begun to get briefings from the U.S. government on what went down there. They're continuing to ask questions. And in the coming days, we expect there to be even more briefings with more members who sit on these panels as they start to dig into what went wrong here.
There have been allegations made, including by Republican congressional leaders who have said, or at least a congressman, Mike Waltz, who said that they had denied repeated requests to increase Trump's Secret Service protection. Is that true?
Well, we've heard from Secret Service, who has said that this is absolutely false, that there was no such request. That is one of the lines of inquiry that we expect lawmakers to be making, whether there was any discussion around, adding additional security measures that was denied. At this point, it does not seem to be the case. We have no information, and that seems to indicate that there was any kind of formal request for additional help that was denied. But we know that this will be one avenue that Republicans in particular are going to go down, and just to see whether this was something that could have been helped.
It's kind of hard to argue, though, when you have a rooftop that is, 400 feet from where the president's standing. That is pretty shocking to think that it wasn't checked out or that it was left to local officials.
It is. I think we're all still reeling by what just happened. And you look at the map and it seems incredible that there wouldn't have been security at that building, which had a clear shot of the stage, clearly. And it is quite.
What do you guys think? Inside job or what? It's so fucked up. Like there's no excuse for them not having people on that roof. I'm sorry. There's not.
Right, disconcerting. And I've spoken to people who are, heading here or here in Milwaukee for the RNC now, who are, even more concerned that there needs to be real security efforts taken to ensure the safety of all the high profile people.
Wait, Game of Smokey Dan, there was a ladder. Also, nobody noticed the ladder, he said. There was a ladder going up to the roof that nobody noticed. And I heard something yesterday, actually. It was somebody said that there was a local law enforcement guy that went up on the roof to confront this dude, and he had to back down because the sniper pointed his gun at him. Like, what? You didn't shoot him first? Like, what? You confronted him without pointing your gun at him? What the fuck?
And national leaders who are coming into Milwaukee
crazy.
For this week.
To laugh, but what the fuck?
So we know these questions are going to be asked. This was something that never is supposed to happen, and we know that they're going to do what they can to figure out what went wrong. And we've seen the reports that there were some people in the crowd who maybe saw what was happening and tried to get the attention of security, and that's of course concerning as well. But we know that there is going to be a lot coming out of this. It's an incredibly serious situation, and one that lawmakers and the U.S. government are not going to brush aside.
Dude, that's crazy actually to think about. Carl Coates said, how do they not have drones flying above those buildings? That's such a good point. I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you? Dude, I have a DJI Mini. The thing costs like $400. The thing's the balls. You can look at anything with that. Why? That's so weird actually to think about.
We've also heard President Biden, but more importantly, President Trump is preaching kind of a message of unity. It's the attacked party that really holds the upper hand in this. If President Trump says that he wants to move forward in this way, that's a pretty powerful statement. He's the one who was shot. What does that mean potentially in terms of maybe bringing down the political heat in this country? It's a tall task. A recent Pew study was taken out that said nearly 2/3 of the people in each party thinks that those in the other party are immoral, dishonest, and closed-minded. That is a very difficult wedge to overcome.
Yeah, we have seen polarization and political heat.
I love how he talks. Much bleeding took place. Max said he didn't write this, but that sentence makes me feel like it's him.
Over the past several years, for a long time, it's something that Axios and many media companies have been covering and trying to warn people about, and it is a part of what's led to where we are right now. And Trump's approach is going to be so critical, and he has indicated that he is a changed man, that this is something that he is going to use to turn toward more of a unifying kind of platform as we head towards November. Of course, Trump has not always been willing to take that kind of a road, but it has been clear by his Truth Social posts and what we've heard so far as he's spoken to some reporters is that he does see this as a moment for him to lower the temperature, to try to unite his party and unite the country. And we know that he has said that he's made changes to his big speech for the RNC, that it was going to be more of an attacking speech on Biden, going after policy differences, but that because of his near-death experience over the weekend, he has changed what he plans to say to the Republican convention, a time that everyone will be watching what he says. And so Thursday night is going to be a huge moment moving forward.
That's crazy, dude. He would like, could you imagine that? Like, that's insane how fucking close it came. Like, it was like less than an inch away and you'd be dead. Like this entire thing would be completely different. It's insane to me. All right, Fox Business. Let's see what they got to say over here. RNC allegedly not making security changes after Trump assassination attempt. Let's see what they got to say. Guys, that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
Joining me now is former FBI Assistant Director and former FBI agent and attorney Chris Swecker. Christopher, good
Again, this is from this morning. You can tell she's super tired.
to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Assess this situation. How could any of this have happened? How could any shooter have gotten shots out? And what happened with the Secret Service protection?
Yeah, it was a complete breakdown in their security planning, their execution, their mitigation, if you will, the reaction after the shooting, and taking 2 full minutes to get former President Trump off the stage. I counted it down, 2 full minutes. And they actually teed him up afterwards, by letting him stick his head up. Great moment for him, but if there had been a second shooter, they would have finished the job. So
another great point. Another great point.
Planning, execution. I mean, there's no way. With AR-15s having an effective range of 600 yards, there's no way their perimeter should have been 100 yards or 110 yards. This was clear. This was 100.
Anybody talking about this guy with the brick suit on?
30 yards, and it was outside their perimeter. In fact, it was kind of a big party outside that 100-yard perimeter, and not much security. So, this whole security plan and execution is going to get ripped apart. I think the Inspector General of Homeland Security will come in. And Congress, of course, is looking at it, and I think it's going to be one of those lessons learned. Don't do this. This is how not to do it.
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to understand how it happened. I mean, there are growing calls this morning for the Secret Service Director, Kimberly Cheadle, to resign after the total security breakdown at that rally. Critics say that she dropped the ball because she was too busy focusing on woke diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, Chris. Your reaction to that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, everything I've read is to that, says that basically. I think clearly the buck stops with her. She's the director. And the planning for these types of events this is what they do. This is all they do, or should be all they do. I think the Secret Service over the years has been allowed to get into other areas, economic crimes, small economic crimes, and things like that. And it's really not fun to be, what we call babysitter. They'd rather do the other things. So they're not getting the best and brightest on these details.
Well, there's even more than that. A Real Clear Politics reporter.
Dude, do you guys see how, like, when he gets hit, like, look at his head. He's looking one way and then he turns his head a little bit. If he never did that head turn, oh my God.
At a Real Clear Politics
right there, like, dude, he turned it just in time.
Reported that one of the problems was that the Secret Service's resources were being diverted to Jill Biden, the first lady. She was having an event, and that the Secret Service resources were being diverted to her. Now, I want to be clear: the White House is denying that. The Secret Service is denying that, but apparently the resources were taken from Trump, and they followed agency protocol applying to Trump as a former president versus a sitting first lady. What do you make of that? Because, by the way, the Secret Service says it's making no changes to the RNC security detail here. The Secret Service RNC coordinator told reporters, quote, "We are confident in the plans that we have and are moving forward with those plans." So take that.
Wait, why would the first lady need more FBI people around her? Who was going to take out Jill Biden? Like, what?
On, Chris. Number one,
I get protector,
we understand that there's speculation that the Secret Service's resources were diverted to Jill Biden. And number two, there's been no plans to make any changes here at the RNC despite the assassination attack.
Like, if it was President Biden, that'd be a different story. But, like, his wife, like, why? Nobody's trying to go after her.
I mean, I listened to Dan Bongino yesterday, and I consider him credible. He comes from the inside, and he has inside sources, and that's exactly what he said. And if that is the case, and we find that, and we need to get to the bottom of it very quickly, the director needs to be fired. If it's a resource issue and they had the resource and resources and they were diverted elsewhere, then she ought to be immediately fired. In fact, the entire chain of command. This is a leadership failure if that's the case. And if there's something more nefarious here, we need to dig into that. And I hope that whoever does this inquiry, and there are probably going to be several, gets to the bottom of that quickly. Because this is, we can't have this. This was pure negligence, gross negligence. I've done security assessments. I do a lot of them. And, this is security 101.
Yeah.
To secure the rooftops, make sure you have line of sight on the rooftops, anticipate, plan, and then get your protectee out of the danger zone immediately.
Yeah, they kept him there for freaking 2 minutes. It's insane. All right, let's see. I got two more actually. I'm gonna put in the next one right now. That's not gonna work, is it? Damn it. All right, let me get the next link and we'll play this one first. We shouldn't resort to dehumanizing rhetoric, says GOP Senate candidate Dave McCormick. Let's see what they got to say again over here on CNBC television. Let's do it.
Joining us now, GOP Pennsylvania candidate Dave McCormick, who was at Saturday's rally sitting in the front row when the assassination attempt on former president took place. And it's good to see you, David. And in fact, just 2 seconds ago, Becky and I were talking about the reaction and how I don't think anybody really knows what the reaction would be to something like that. You're an Iraq or a Gulf War veteran. You're familiar with gunshots and everything else. But I mean, it was still a little bit surprising. And the fire chief, I'd like to think I would do that. At my age, I think I'd try to jump on top of my family if I could. But you just don't know until it happens. And I think that former President Trump rose to the occasion, maybe surprised a lot of people, maybe surprised himself. I don't know.
You know what? I feel bad for the guy in the stands that got hit, because that's awful. That's so awful. He got his life taken, and someone else got shot too. Some lady, I think.
Yeah, it was remarkable in the sense. Just imagine you're shot. You're under fire. The Secret Service sort of tackled him and covered him, and then he gets to his feet and he's in that phalanx and he has the presence of mind to recognize that he wants to. He's both defiant and reassuring, and I was really. That
is the most epic image ever.
Taken aback by how much strength and presence he showed in the moment. I think that felt the need to reassure people he was okay. And if 100 people were under that circumstances, I'm not sure how many would be able to rise to the occasion as the president did. And it's the same with Corey Compatore, who you mentioned, the man that put his body to shield his family. It's just a tragic day. And
that's the guy I just talked about. So I guess he shielded his family and he got shot right in the dome.
Imagine had the bullet just been in 1 inch in the other direction, we would have lost the president. And
is this the guy that died? Damn. So that's so freaking sad, man.
And that is just almost hard to fathom, almost unthinkable. But we were that close. So I think it's a moment of pause and reflection and kind of put things back in perspective and just be very grateful that the president was able to survive, and also be very, very grateful. No,
he was like a retired fire chief or something. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but
very, I guess, prayerful for those that lost their lives and those that are still fighting back from being wounded during that horrible day.
I think he was 50.
He was barely into the speech. I was watching, and I honestly thought, he always goes off teleprompter, and he didn't know whether they had that chart of immigration built, and that is why he kind of looked. He was looking up at that and moved his head a little bit. That could have made a difference. I also thought he almost called you up.
Yeah.
He said you were going to come up later. He almost called you up spontaneously right then, and I was looking forward to hearing what you were going to say on top of everything else, and that never came to pass.
We had a conversation before. When he first got there, we were in the back, and he was, the crowd was incredible. It was only my second Trump rally, but I mean, there was an enormous enthusiasm and patriotism, and he was very excited about it. And he said, "Hey, I want to call you up on the stage." And when he got out there, he started, got right into his introduction and started to talk about my race and asked me to come up. So I started to walk up, and then he said, no, let me show this chart and I'll have you come up in a little bit. He said that to the crowd. And then just a minute or two later, the shots were fired. And it was the kind of thing, it was almost unthinkable. But then when it became clear that the staccato was in fact rifle shots, the president dropped to his knees and the Secret Service was there. And at the same time, it became clear that over my left shoulder in the bleachers, someone had been shot and was wounded and in bad shape. And, so you had this sort of unbelievable moment where everybody was hunkered down trying to make sure we didn't, have further people injured, and the president was ushered off the stage. So it was all very, very hard to digest in the moment, very confusing, but the crowd was very calm, confused, but very calm, no stampeding. Everybody just wanting to make sure that the president and everybody else that was affected was okay.
Hey, Dave, it's Andrew here. How do you think this changes the tone, if it does at all, of what we'll hear either from President Trump or others during the Republican National Convention? Do you think that it changes the tone of things, if it does at all, permanently or just only temporarily?
I don't know. It's too early to tell. I was really encouraged by the statement President Trump put out, and the graciousness and sort of laying out a path on unity. And I think I hope it will have people step back and reflect. The political rhetoric that we see and we've seen growing is really it's really concerning. It's hard to imagine that this environment of nastiness and dehumanizing rhetoric doesn't contribute to violence. And
the entire playbook of the Biden campaign is going to have to change, isn't it? I mean, you can't say dictator, end of democracy, his supporters are subhuman. None of those things ring true anymore, do they?
No, it's not true. I tried to make this point in an op-ed I just wrote, which is you got to stop suggesting that President Trump isn't the legitimate leader of the Republican Party. You can't call him Hitler. You can't refer to him as Satan, and you have to recognize that he is the leader of a party and a movement that is the essence of democracy and the support he's getting. And we should have a real battle about ideas because the ideas of the left and the ideas of the right now, the ideas of the Democratic Party are dramatically different. And we should resolve our conflict. The conflict's big, so we can't pretend we don't have big differences, but we need to resolve that conflict in elections and through in a civil way and through policy. And so what I want to say is, like, on the campaign trail, listen, there's going to be big conflict, and there should be. That's what our country's all about, is finding the direction. And we're at a really perilous moment, but we need not resort to dehumanizing rhetoric that creates an environment where candidates are truly at risk. And I've never thought about that much for myself, to be honest with you. And I didn't even really think about it at the rally, even after the shooting, that I was in danger. But when I got home and had a chance to connect with my daughters by text, or 6 of them by text or by phone, they're terrified, because it never occurred to them that just the act of running for public office would put me in harm's way. And it shouldn't affect anybody that way. We need to step back, ratchet back the rhetoric, and have a real battle for ideas, because the future of the country depends on it.
Yeah, David, just back to Andrew's point, though, do you think this is lasting? Because it has been very heartening. I think this is what America has been hoping for, to take the temperature down and really talk about policies. Is this lasting, especially as you get into a contentious race?
They're saying it was an AR-15 lawnmower man that he used. Yeah, I was just asking in the chat if anybody knows what weapon did he use, because it sounded like a 22. Didn't sound too crazy.
Well, I really hope so. I mean, I really hope so. It'll be upon all of us to lead by example. But I think you have to differentiate between tough, hard-hitting campaigning that shows differences and contrast from rhetoric that suggests that the only way that you can win is have the opposition go away. And so I think we need to steer away from that kind of rhetoric. I certainly am not going to participate in that kind of rhetoric, and I'm really heartened by the environment we see in general, where people across parties, and certainly the President Trump and President Biden, are both trying to set the tone that will prevail for the rest of the campaign. I hope that's the case. I think it's an opportunity.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, let me see if I can get this. There we go. All right, this is another clip that just came out like 27 minutes ago. I want to see what they got to say over here.
On this weekend's attempted assassination of former President Trump at a campaign event in Pennsylvania, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, we're slowly getting away from the actual event.
Real quick, I'm glad they don't, I hope nothing comes out about like gun policies and stuff like with AR-15s. You guys know every time there's like a shooting, it's like everybody blames the gun. That's like blaming the spoon for somebody being fat. It makes no sense to me at all, but whatever, to each his own. It just sucks because like being an AR, it's like, all right, now people are gonna be like, oh, no one should own these guns, blah blah blah. It's fucking stupid.
Mr. Speaker, and maybe there is some positive things, as it happens sometimes, that could come out of this. I know that you've already weighed in, and you kind of got grilled on January 6th and the rhetoric that led up to that. We know full well that it's a heated environment. President Trump, it used to be lock her up, all that kind of stuff that takes us to a certain place. But neither side is blameless. And I retweeted this out from Ian Al-Hersey over the week. I thought this succinctly sort of described what President Trump had to put up with. Here's the quote: that the argument that Trump posed a Hitler-level threat to American democracy can be traced back to the first outbreak of TDS among left-leaning journalists in 2016. What made the argument so malignant was that
TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. What?
Justified all means possible.
I'm sorry, listen, if this guy bothers you guys that much, you need a fucking life, period. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? Like, who gives a shit? I don't it, like, the whole thing, it just drives me nuts. Like, I don't get it.
To disrupt Trump's presidency, and it goes on from there. But a lot of that platform was almost adopted by President Biden in terms of how he was going to campaign for this next election.
So
we need to bring it down on both sides. You agree with that?
I agree 100%. Both sides need to pull back. But I'd also say not just the candidates. Candidates use that rhetoric because it works in campaigns, a negative campaign. I think all of us as Americans hated what we saw happen this week, an attack on whether you support President Trump or not, but actually killing somebody in an audience because they went to participate on something they believed in. But President Trump came very close to being killed. But you could have Paul Pelosi. You
Which
could have
nobody deserves,
Giffords, who was. You could have Steve Scalise. I personally have somebody that tried to kill my son waiting for trial. He was in jail prior. He tried to kill President Bush before. I mean, this is when the rhetoric rises all the way around.
Wait, what the fuck did he just say?
Somebody that tried to kill my son waiting for trial. He was in jail prior. He tried to kill President Bush before.
What? This guy's son tried to kill President Bush? Is that did that just happen? Did he just say that? Is that
who was hurt? You could have Steve Scalise.
What the fuck is happening?
I personally have somebody that tried to kill my son waiting for trial. He was in jail prior. He tried to kill President Bush before. I mean, this is when the rhetoric rises all the way around, it becomes a real problem. And I think everybody should take a moment that somebody could have a different opinion of you.
Why is this guy on the TV? What is that? I am so fucking like, what? What?
Respect that. That doesn't mean they're less American. That doesn't mean anything.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. I am so fucking lost. That is what?
Else. But the uniqueness of America is our ability to have a debate. And I think we just have taken it a little too far, that everybody should take a deep breath and everybody should look within themselves. There's enough blame to go around for everyone. But you raised a lot of those, and even Biden saying a bullseye 2 weeks ago. That type of stuff should pull back. Respect the difference of opinion and have the debate, and let's talk about issues. Because there is a real contrast in this campaign of the direction that America can go based upon where you vote.
I mean, there's still time to talk about issues, Mr. Speaker, but that's been...
There's a lot of time left.
But that hasn't been what we have been focusing on, which is probably what more...
How are you a House Speaker and your son tried to kill one of the presidents? How does it even make sense? I'm so confused. And joke reminder, you go on too many vacations, man. How do you have that much money? What is that? Like, what? Nobody goes on that many vacations. But welcome back, and thank you.
Americans are more concerned with or would like to talk about.
Yeah, and what we should really think about, our whole design of government is you got to have compromise. You don't change your principles, but you're going to have compromise. I mean, if you take your viewers, every day they're making a business agreement or a business deal where they want both sides to win. In politics today, was
he making an analogy, Bern, or did he actually say that? You said that's not what he said, so please correct me. That's what I heard. I
think if you come to an agreement, one side has to win, but the other side has to be destroyed. That's not the case. If America wins, both sides can win at the same time by keeping your principles. And I think looking at that, having that discussion going forward would be much more positive. I think both campaigns are going to do this. I mean, I'm looking at President Biden resetting his campaign. That was only the third Oval Office address. It took him 10 days before he addressed the nation. It wasn't Oval Office with October 7th hit, right? So this is a moment in time. You're not going to have any more Democrats come out and say he shouldn't be the nominee. So we know this is going to be a race between President Trump and President Biden. We know there's a great contrast when it comes to the border, when it comes to spending, when it comes to economics and inflation, when it comes to foreign policy. And that's the debate we should be talking about. That's the debate we should have. And you could have difference of opinion on that, but you can respect the person's position and see if you can win the case.
Can you give us any insider color on what you expect former President Trump to talk about? And whether the speech was really was ripped up, the previous one, and that I'm not come to Jesus moment, but some type of when you go through something like that, I could definitely see he could appeal for unity. Do you know whether that, if you talk to him, or do you expect him to?
I talked to him yesterday. I think you talked to him a little bit after me. I mean, think about it. It's less than an inch from coming from his entire life and seeing somebody who lost their life sitting in that rally. I mean, he cares about all that. But the other thing you really look at is how would you handle a situation like that? I mean, the sheer leadership of what he's shown of taking that moment and not looking at himself but looking for the rest of the crowd is important. But I think what you're going to have, these conventions usually raise the temperature on both sides because you really want to make that case. You've got just your party around and you're getting the fever. I think that is going to be pulled back some. I think President Trump is President Trump. I mean, yesterday when I talked to him, even though he has this life experience, just the way he was able to do it. I mean, what he did to me, he says he's talking about the ear and what he's learning about. There's more blood within the ear. And he goes, right. Kevin, you'll understand this because you got big, beautiful ears, you know?
Yeah, and he did. Because I didn't know the ear really, if anything's going to bleed, it's going to be the ear. I know, I heard that. And that is true, though. There's a lot of vascularity into the ear. It bleeds like crazy. Yeah,
but the other thing, too, is he heard the bullet. I mean, he heard it coming after you, watched it. And, I mean, that is life-changing.
It hit him in the ear. How do you not fucking hear it?
But I think the reflection of what he has, I think the tone may be a little different. But he has been very direct in what he wants to do in securing the border. We've watched what he did in the job 4 years ago, right? And I think he's better prepared for the job now. We've watched this campaign be more disciplined. We watched how he's been able to handle this. So I think he will get it better.
You're always so busy. You always got, places to go, people to see. But do you think it's going to be President Biden will definitely be the nominee when it's all said and done?
1,000%. I think President Biden's going to use this to reset his campaign, pull the ads off, do a Oval Office address. He's been in office for 4 years, and this is only the third one. Take this moment in time. There's not one Democrat that's come out after this. I don't see where they can go. There's only so many weeks before the convention. He's locked the nomination down. But now they're in a weaker position. Democrats themselves had fought among themselves, weakening him. But the other thing, too, is America has lowered their expectation of President Biden. So they think he did a really good job in the speech last night because he only messed up a little bit. He still has another debate to go. We want to make sure there's still a long time with this campaign, and people will have a certain emotion right now, but will they have that same emotion 2 weeks out before the election? That's the real question, and that's not just for the candidates, that's for all of us as Americans.
Very, very interesting. My wife said in the chat also, another 20-year-old tried to kill Trump at a Vegas rally before his last presidency. I don't remember that. I don't remember that, but if you have the link, feel free, throw it in the chat. All right, let's watch this and then we'll look at that link. I want to watch this video from Altcoin Daily. Oh, actually, you know what? My wife just put it in the chat. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, what is this?
In May 2016,
Oh, this is like
20-year-old Michael Sanford's parents reported that he had gone missing in America.
what? This guy tried to kill him? This is a video. This dude? Oh god, no, it's not a dude. It's a lady.
I'll see from the boy I'd known.
You know, he's going
This kid? He gets smoked too?
to spend his 21st.
Interesting. I'm not gonna watch that because it's way too long. But I do want to watch this. I want to see what Altcoin Daily has to say about this. How much BS is in it? Let's see.
Donald Trump, the pro-crypto U.S. presidential candidate, was shot yesterday.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said,
if he didn't turn
take
his
a look
head.
at what happened.
Donald Trump has been pro-Bitcoin for a while. 2 weeks from now, in fact, he was set to speak at Bitcoin conference in Nashville. He was headlining this conference to speak directly to the Bitcoin community about Bitcoin and crypto. This was an assassination attempt on his life to stop him from doing that and many other things.
It's like blurring the blood. Doesn't say shot. Like what? Like dude, it was national television. You can show this.
Crazy historic footage.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
It's fucking crazy. Look at this lady. I don't want to put my phone down though. And then these fucking people. Look at all the camera people. Can we just go over that real quick? Look at all the fucking these cockroaches with their cameras, like trying to get as close as they can. Like while gunshots happening. Look at these people. Watch. Like this lady. Idiot. But look at this guy. Look at this guy. Let me run up to the stage. What the what is wrong with you? That's so messed up, isn't it? Yeah, it definitely sounds suppressed. But I don't know.
Ready? Move! Up! Move! Go! Up! Hawkeye's here! Hawkeye's here! Move to the stair! Stair, get ready! Stair, get ready! We ready? Shooters down! Shooters down! Are we good? Shooters down! Are we good to move? Shooters down! We're good to move! We're clear! We're clear! Let's move! We're clear! Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
Let me get my shoes.
Let me get my shoes. Hold that in your head. It's bloody. So we gotta move to the bus. Move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Dude, I would have been like, fuck this podium. I would have kicked it right off the stage. This guy's like fighting to get around it.
Watch out.
I would have kicked it right off the stage. I'm like, nope, get this thing out of my face.
What do you think about this? Interestingly enough, Bitcoin's price...
Oh, I never heard that either. He said, hold your head. Oh, really? He said that? I didn't even hear that. Hold it on your head, it's bloody. Weird.
Pumped.
I didn't hear
and
that.
Apparently, I was blown away. Despite everything that's happening with him, he has confirmed he will still speak at Bitcoin Nashville. He still wants to support the Bitcoin and crypto community.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
Use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off tickets.
Only
Now,
shilling
I'm
something.
curious to get your thoughts on why this happened, who did this. Of course, we do know the shooter now, apparently. But did this
Loser.
happen from some higher power pulling the strings? Here are the possibilities as we know about them now. Obviously, we know who the shooter was. 20-year-old kid. We still need to find out his motive. Some
Moron.
people are saying that BlackRock had something to do with this, and that
the fuck out of here.
surprised me.
I mean, hey, listen, anything's possible. But come on.
Some people are saying BlackRock had something to do with this because apparently the shooter was in.
This is like flood alert. All right, just saying. I don't believe anything in this video, but I want to watch it just because it's entertaining.
A promotional commercial for them.
The Trump shooter was seen in a video made by BlackRock. Check it out.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I hope when I retire someday, they say, you know, that guy made this place a special place to come to school and gave as much as he could to help the community.
This adds a whole new layer of things that we're finding out about this situation. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I need more information on this, but
I mean, that's definitely him. But I don't like what the, come on.
I don't know what you think, because to me, it's like BlackRock. I would think they would want Trump to get in office. I would think BlackRock and Trump are aligned with things they want to do. BlackRock seems like they would like Trump. And then I heard also some people are saying, you know, this is Trump's political enemy, Biden, who did this to him. But I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Biden would do this. Yes, Biden is anti-crypto and Biden is anti a lot of things Trump, but I don't think he'd do this. To me,
ridiculous.
It seemed like he gave a very appropriate, genuine speech after the news broke.
There's no
Did you expect him not to?
place in America for this kind of violence or any violence for that matter. An assassination attempt is contrary to everything we stand for as a nation, everything. It's not who we are as a nation. It's not America. And we cannot allow this to happen.
It is very interesting to me that Bitcoin's price pumped. To be honest, regardless how you feel about Trump, I know a lot of people like Trump. I know a lot of people don't like Trump. He is very divisive in some ways. But these pictures are historic. These pictures are iconic. These pictures are badass. I'll keep it real. Trump has great momentum going into this election, and a Trump win would be very bullish for crypto markets. I think that's why we're seeing this. I do think it's important to say, and this news is kind of getting overshadowed for obvious reasons, Biden did have his crypto roundtable the other day. Biden and his administration met in DC with crypto leaders, industry leaders, and their goal was to kind of try to change Biden's mind on crypto. Here's how it went.
You were at a roundtable led by Ro Khanna, which included members of the Biden administration and many crypto-focused groups. What was the most important point that you were trying to get across to officials in the room?
Well, I was trying to reinforce, first of all, what all of us were saying, which is that this administration has not been particularly friendly when it comes to crypto, especially not in recent years. But also to really land the point, this is a global technology. Other countries have not waited for the United States to act. And also, this is about more than just financial services. The opportunity is much broader. It's about really architecting the internet for everybody. So making those points and connecting them together.
You were at a roundtable led by Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna. It included several industry players and members of Biden's administration as well. Walk me through this meeting and what you brought to the room. And can you also weigh in on how many groups were there?
Yeah, no, it was a really productive meeting that was held across the street from the White House yesterday with, I think there were probably about 25 to 30 people within the crypto industry, as well as a handful of folks from the administration. Senator Gillibrand was there as well. But Ro Khanna really deserves credit for pulling all of this together. It was a really productive conversation. I think, you know, for a long time, the crypto industry has felt like they haven't been treated fairly by the Biden administration. And I think that, you know, this was a really important step towards increasing the dialogue between the agencies. And we're really excited to be a part of the discussion. You know, if you look at what crypto is, it really represents a better future. It represents an alternative to big tech or to traditional finance. And I think people have this sense around the country that some institutions have failed them and they see crypto as an alternative. So it turns out to be a very, very powerful issue and one that is driving voter interest in the polls and probably ultimately in November.
So we'll see if after all this dust settles, if Biden makes a statement, maybe changing his tune on Bitcoin and crypto. That's what I hope. That's what a lot of people. November and 4 more years. I hope Joe Biden makes it to November and 4 more years. And I hope they both become even more pro crypto, right? You know, it is still a big mystery to me what BlackRock has to do with this.
BlackRock has nothing to do with this. This is fucking stupid. Pulling shit out of thin air. That's what's happening right there. Anyways, all right. Let's move on to the recap segment of things. See what we're looking like over here. For anybody just joining, we are at 62,678 bucks according to Coin 360. I think TradingView showing a bit higher for Bitcoin, about 63,000. But we got Ethereum at 33.45 in the deep green, up 5%. Solana's up 5% as well, 151, looking pretty good. Caspa, look at that, almost 18 cents. Hadouken, my man DJ Mines, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here and stopping by. Let's see, we have VET. What is this? 3 cents. What is VET? Oh, VeChain. Oh, VeChain. There we go. VeChain's up. We got XRP up 0.04%, 53 cents. Get 88 to 43 cents. Over here, 1.6% up on the day. Near Protocol is up $5. Oh, sorry, it's up 5% to $5.57. Let's see. ETC is at 22.89. If anybody cares about ETC, I think ETC is going to do very well. BNB is up. What is happening? Why did that scroll down on me? Weird. BNB is up to $562, up 5.31%. Crypto bubbles. Let's see. Things haven't changed. Popcat seems to be the top of the chart for today. Biggest earner of the day. BitTensor over here, 12.3% up on the day, $294. Anybody into BitTensor? Let me know in the chat. And then Mog, I don't know what this is. Mog coin, another meme coin, 19.4%. I still don't understand how meme coins get this high up in the charts. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even Pepe, $4 billion market cap, freaking nuts. Anyways, everything looks pretty good, guys. Fear and Greed Index, flashbang. We're looking at a 52 again. Let me refresh. Yeah, 52. Better than yesterday's 33 fear and 28 last week. Guys, listen, blood in the streets, time to buy. That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes. Everything else is looking fairly well, but guys, listen, I gotta get out of here. I still feel, oh, didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Hit the wrong button. I gotta get out of here. I still feel like total crap. So I'm gonna go upstairs with the kids. They're all home from camp today, but I will try to be back bright and early tomorrow morning. It's gonna be like 9:15 or so Eastern Standard Time, depending on what time I get back here. Hopefully my kids go to camp tomorrow, so if they do, it'll be around 9:15, 9:30 ish, depending. We're gonna go raid Miss Randy Hipper, though. I think she's gonna still be live. I know it went overtime, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, we don't have time to separate it anymore as much as I did before. But you guys have a great, fantastic Monday. It's the beginning of the week. Start strong, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out. Have a good day.
If she don't hawk to her, we don't talk to her. Perfect.
Eat shit.